Good morning. The title of the paper is Urban Mine Redesign Course, Research and Teaching Practice. I'm LeNSin. My co-author is Dr. Fang. As well known, garbage is a misplaced resources. With hundreds years development, underground mineral resources are running out. Well, enormous precious resources have been transferred into projects and facilities in our life, which become the so-called urban mine. In this paper, I will introduce a sustainable design course in Tsinghua University, and the course focuses on the rethinking and redesign of a urban mine. From this statistic, we can see something. In 1999, the world produced 490 million tons of garbage. Only in China city amounted to 130 million tons. In 2016, Chinese city have generated about 188 million tons of domestic garbage. What I mean in this part, China is the world's largest domestic garbage producer. As China lag far behind in municipal waste classification, so there are plenty of valuable waste is burned or buried. It's not only posting a huge pressure on environment, but also cause a serious waste of valuable natural resources. This is a big background. And for example, the takeaway is very popular worldwide, especially in China. According to the research, on average, 3 plastic lunchboxes are used for each takeaway. From the picture you can see a lot of things, a lot of product, they can only be used once time. And according to the industrial statistics, the daily order quantity of 3 ordering platforms in China is 20 million. So 16 million food boxes are required for every day. Most of them are burned or buried, landfill. And also some plastic bag or plastic product eventually go to the nature. Go where? Ocean. See, yeah, like this. This is a very touching picture, and from it you can see the human being bring so many negative impact to the nature, and not only this. There's environmental disasters, pollutions, something, and also every day we exhausted precious mineral resources. Every day, we only have one planet. We only have this Earth. So I think we should share these precious resources with our next generations. I think the designer should think about it. After 300 years of ponderous mining during the Industrial Revolution, over 80% of mineral resources available for industrialization in the world have been rendered above ground and piled up around us in the form of garbage, which totaled hundreds of billions of tons, and every year it continued increased at a rate 10 billion tons. Back to the concept of the urban mine. This concept proposed by a Japanese scholar in 1988. Originally, it's from the perspective of recycling of metal resources. Later, some scholars and experts expand concept extension, gradually include all discarded but recyclable material and energies. In this course, we encourage students to consider design issues from the perspective of ecosystem, of a circular economy, so as to turn to urban garbage into mineral resources. I think this is a very important concept shift from the waste to the resources. And then we let the student to make the investigation and find some inspiration, maybe from the technology, maybe from the good design case, and then put forward innovative solution based on user need. This circular economy system diagram, we borrowed this picture here, is I think very, very clear to illustrate the material flow. You can see from the raw material, the mining part, then to the parts manufacturer, then to the product producer and the service provider, and to the user. Yes, after you use, when the product is discarded, we should, as long as possible, to expand the product lifestyle in this part and minimize this kind of product go to burned or landfill. The specific precise of the course is maybe 4 parts. One part is a theoretical teaching, will systematically introduce the concept, the core idea, the principle, strategy, and even the evaluation criteria of design for sustainability. It's the first part. The second part, we invited, every year we invited experts from different fields to give the student lecture and discuss with them, focus on the urban mine field. Later, the student will do their design research. The students should make the intensive survey or on-site investigation. Finally, the student will put forward the solution. The solution could be product design, could be service system design. Next, we'll introduce some student work. This course has been taken by undergraduate students from different majors in Tsinghua University, just like product design, industrial design, fashion, visual communication, ceramic, animation, and environmental art. The student was encouraged to find some problem based on their own experience, their own profession, and in the meantime to think about sustainable design strategies, maybe some recycle, reuse, life cycle design, system design, product service system design, etc. This case, a plastic bottle cap redesign, very, very simple, very useful toys design. It's interesting because this plastic bottle cap is very common. The student research on it, do a lot of experiment, and finally they use a laser machine to cut 3 arc grooves and make it very easy to joint and form the different style. They very smart to use the bottle cap, the character, because it's a high material strength, same size, and a rich color, and design a Lego-like educational toy for the children, especially for some children who have a mental disease. This another group of students is tactile upside down design. You see in China, the clothes is a very big problem. The student study how to upcycle these worn clothes, and finally create a kind of a mystery new material uses resin and worn clothes. And then the student use the material to design, and even they make a lot of prototype, a series simple and beautiful, fantastic sense. The product of our household. And this material is smooth and very hard. It's very easy to cut and process in the traditional processing machine. And also, the student design service platform can provide the customized for the user. And the product and the material is already patented, and there are famous company find the student and want to cooperate in the future. Yeah, this design group from the visual communication design department. They design a product service system. They focus on the problem of food waste. This idea combines a lot of thinking, maybe charity, maybe sharing. The student not only designed a refrigerator, they designed a system can provide a solution for the low-income people and in the meantime reduce a lot of food waste. I think it's very good design. They also have the sustainable business model design involved. This bio-toilet design is a very interesting project. The student focus on the human waste. I think in the wide range of the concept, human waste is belong to the kind of urban mind. It have a very system thinking from the rainwater collection, from the less water flushing, and the biogas system design, and also some user-friendly facility design, equipment design. Besides it, the student designed a building for the toilet. It used a waste plastic bottle. Now, this building is simple and elegant, and it can be the shelter of the toilet. Even very effective can be the lighting provide. So it's a good combination of the outside building and the inner biosystem toilet. Okay, come to the summary. The students' work are far from perfect. There's a lot of problem. But I think the important point is the students have a awareness to the social and environmental problem, and they begin to seek out the solution for the problem. And some point in this course, our summary. One is a concept changing. Briefly speaking, is from the waste thinking to the resources thinking. The second is a system thinking. I think if designer try to make a design solution for urban garbage, they should thinking the whole system. This means the urban mine design is a systematic issue involve reflection on garbage production, classification, collection, storage, transportation, recycling, or disposal. And even they have to think stakeholder relations. A systematic view is an essential ideology basis for this course. So a single product design can hardly be an efficient way. And I think the product service system design is a quite effective way to explore a system solution, and also can involve more people to participate in the design process. And also, the designer should quite objective thinking about technology. Technology is very important, especially some breakthrough technology. But I recommend designers not worship to the technology, because if you too emphasize some technology in some certain point of system chain, maybe it will overlook or weaken the previous thinking or system thinking. So when we make a design solution, we have to think our design should from the end to the origin. It's rather than a garbage disposal alone. At the core of the garbage problem is to reduce the garbage from the source. I just mean if the public no concern about environmental issue, our design is nothing. So being a designer, you really have an ability to change or influence consumption value. So in the future, I think a designer must play a very important role in the transition to a sustainable society. Thank you. Thank you very much.